Hi, my name is Marina Budzis, and this happens to be my first video. Aptly, I chose one of the most controversial subjects I maybe possibly could, and that's why I'm definitely not a feminist. A clarification that I might need to make is that, yes, technically by definition, I'm a feminist. A feminist is someone who believes in the equality between men and women, so absolutely I believe in equality between men and women. But the feminist movement is almost unrecognizable today. The initial and one of the biggest reasons for third wave feminism today is what they call the pay gap. Feminist activists today say that women make 77 cents for every dollar a man makes. But I wouldn't be the first one to tell you that that statistic is not only misleading but wrong. Large and very liberal organizations such as the AAUW, American Association of University Women, and even Harvard have come out against the pay gap. The report from the AAUW says that the pay gap reflects men's and women's choices. Women and men often choose different college majors and types of jobs after graduation. After factoring in college majors, time spent, experience, that 77-cent pay gap actually drops to around 6.6 cents. The Department of Labor and the AAUW both agree that there's so many factors that it's impossible to ever figure out why there's a pay gap in the first place. Another reason that I'm not a feminist today is that not only is the Women's March hostile, but they're also anti-Semitic. Women's March leaders have refused to denounce Louis Farrakhan. As of now, only one has stepped down, and that is Alyssa Milano. But the Women's March is extremely cruel to anybody who has a difference of opinion. One of the biggest aggressors is Linda Sarsour. Linda Sarsour has gone to the extent of saying women don't even deserve to be women and she wishes they could take their vaginas away. She said this specifically to Bridget Gabriel and Ayaan Hirsi Ali, who both speak out on Islam's sexist treatment of women. Another thing that the feminist movement focuses on is sexual harassment, which, don't get me wrong, I fully support this cause. I think it's a very noble desire to have a safer world for our children and grandchildren. But the Me Too movement has slowly morphed into an activism tool. We saw this back with Kavanaugh. We were told that we had to believe all women, except for in the beginning with Me Too, all of these women had very conclusive evidence and many others that came out after. But with Kavanaugh's accuser, Christine Ford, she had absolutely no corroborating evidence. Even her own friends that were there that night said they don't remember what happened. The Believe All Women also discredited due process in our country. And I can't support ruining innocent men's life for the political advantage of others. Maybe another reason why I'm not a feminist is I'm not wanted in their movement. To be a true modern feminist, you have to be anti-conservative, anti-patriarchy, anti-Trump, pro-choice, and fully supportive of the LGBT agenda. This movement is seriously fighting for the emasculation of men, uninhibited abortion, and the fluidity of gender, all of which are at extreme odds with science. Because we know life begins at the conception, and that there are two sets of chromosomes separating two sexes, male and female. The first feminist movement was one of unity, and it has become so cruel and divisive and extreme that it's hard for women to even relate with this. The very first feminists were all united with their fight against inequality, but that's not what we're seeing today. We're seeing a movement that is almost unrecognizable from its beginnings. Because of the extremity and cruelty and the false statistics being promulgated by feminists, I definitely cannot call myself a feminist.